Every single day, millions of us click a simple button on a screen, right? And then boom, within just a few hours, a package is sitting right there at our door. We've completely normalized this experience. But think about the shocking contradiction here. That one effortless little click summons one of the most staggering, wildly complex logistics systems in all of human history. Literally faster than many local companies can move a cardboard box across their own city, this global network springs into action. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly how that actually happens.
Okay, let's dive into this. It's a question that completely reframes the modern economy. How exactly did a company that started out just selling paperbacks out of a dusty garage engineer such a massive globe-spanning delivery network? I mean, it seems like an impossible leap, doesn't it? Going from shipping a couple of books a week to moving millions of completely different products around the world in a day or two.
Because here's the thing you have to realize. Amazon isn't just a website. It is a colossal, totally invisible physical machine. We're talking a vast web of fulfillment centers, cutting-edge robots, artificial intelligence, cargo aircraft, delivery vans, and millions of workers. But the true secret to their unprecedented speed wasn't just building faster trucks. Actually, scratch that. It was a completely different, revolutionary way of thinking about the very nature of commerce itself. Section 1. From bookstore to logistics empire.
And this brilliantly illustrates where it all began. To truly understand the machine, we have to go back to its origins, with Jeff Bezos in a Washington state garage back in 1994. Now, books were chosen very intentionally. Why? Because a physical bookstore has strict shelf limits, whereas the internet offered literally unlimited selection. They moved rapidly from that garage startup to a 1997 IPO, and then vastly expanded their infrastructure, launching Amazon Prime in 2005 and Amazon Web Services in 2006. The key here is that they didn't get bogged down in just being a retailer. They were building infrastructure.
That initial insight drove the whole shebang. The goal was actually never to be the biggest bookstore in the world. No, the goal was to become the most customer-focused company in the world. And offering an unlimited selection was step one. But, as you can imagine, offering everything to everyone created a massive operational hurdle. And that hurdle led to a pivotal moment that changed consumer expectations forever. Section 2. How Prime changed everything.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the psychological shift that happened here. This was the true catalyst. Think about it. Before Prime, if you ordered something online, you just accepted that it would take a week, maybe more, to arrive. Slow shipping was just the reality of the early internet. But after Prime, speed was absolutely demanded. Humanity was suddenly trained to expect immediate gratification. People began asking, wait, why should delivery take a week? Prime permanently altered customer expectations.
Prime wasn't just a shipping program, you know? It was a brilliantly designed ecosystem. Membership loyalty just skyrocketed. The perception of free shipping made people feel totally comfortable buying more often. Shopping frequency increased, and incredible customer retention locked it all in. But to actually fulfill those really aggressive two-day promises, well, Amazon had absolutely no choice but to build a physical delivery machine capable of keeping up.
Section 3. Inside the delivery machine. But the real reason this works is more complicated than you might think. Sure, the website is simple, but the actual supply chain is incredibly complex. It's like a giant puzzle. It starts before you even check out, using AI and customer data to predict what you're going to want. Once you click buy, strategically placed fulfillment centers pack your order, moving it into a vast sortation network organized by destination. From there, it's transported via a massive fleet of planes and trucks. And finally, it arrives at the most notorious and expensive hurdle of them all, the last-mile delivery right to your porch.
And that entire elaborate process is powered by one absolutely crucial philosophy. Amazon is not just moving boxes, it is moving information. Every single purchase you make creates data. AI demand forecasting, automated Kiva robots zipping around alongside humans, complex route planning algorithms. They all ensure that the information from today's purchase improves the efficiency of the very next delivery.
The result of moving all that information is just staggering. To put that into perspective, when we compare their volume against legacy logistics giants like UPS and FedEx, we're talking about billions of packages. It's incredible. They didn't just build a way to ship their own products. Without even making it their primary business at first, they built a massive, independent transportation competitor that now rivals the oldest delivery institutions on the planet.
Section 4. The hidden cost of speed.
Behind this success was a hidden problem. Building the fastest machine in the world comes with a really profound societal balance of benefits and costs. On one hand, we have undeniable benefits, right? Incredible consumer convenience and small businesses gaining unprecedented access to a global audience of millions. But on the exact same token, it requires intense pressure on the workforce, significant environmental emissions from all that transportation and packaging, and high fees for those marketplace sellers.
Looking specifically at the workplace and the environment, the sources highlight a few major criticisms. Inside the warehouses, there is strict productivity tracking and intense working conditions that are required to maintain these rapid speeds. Environmentally speaking, moving millions of single items in 1 or 2 days generates a massive amount of packaging waste, and it takes a really heavy toll in transportation emissions.
So the crucial point is how this reality hits the sellers on the platform. It's a real double-edged sword. Small businesses are hugely empowered by incredibly easy online selling tools and instant access to a massive buyer pool. But simultaneously, they find themselves heavily constrained by fierce marketplace competition, rising fees, and a deep dependency on a platform they ultimately do not control.
Section 5. The Future of Delivery.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because as massive as this logistics machine is today, the company's biggest challenges, and honestly their most ambitious innovations, are still ahead. By 2030, we're looking at deeply AI-powered logistics and even more warehouse automation. Moving into 2040, expect a massive expansion of drone delivery and autonomous vehicles fully integrating into smart cities. And by 2050, well, the ultimate goal is predictive and visible shipping, a fully automated supply chain where the entire delivery process happens entirely in the background of our daily lives.
When you take a step back from it all, you realize that Amazon's greatest invention was not the website at all. It was the invisible machine behind it. This colossal network of algorithms, warehouses, millions of workers, and transportation systems is arguably one of the largest, most complex engineering achievements of the modern economy. It entirely rewrote what humanity expects from commerce.
So what does this all mean for us moving forward? It leaves us with a fascinating and maybe slightly unsettling question about our future. As this machine gets smarter, faster, and even more integrated into our lives, will humans still actively control our own shopping? Or will artificial intelligence become so advanced that it simply predicts what we need and ships it right to our door before we even know to ask? It's a pretty profound thought to consider the next time a cardboard box lands on your porch.
Thanks for watching World Decoded. Make sure to like and share, subscribe, and stay curious.